Hi, Panda here and welcome to our video review of Crash Team Rumble. Is this a good healthy wumper through or has it gone off? Let's find out. Crash Team Rumble is a 4 vs 4 multiplayer game. Closest thing I can say is kind of like a MOBA, but a little bit different. So both teams have a goal and they need to collect as many wumper fruit or apples. They're basically apples, but they're called wumper fruit in the Crash universe. If you're familiar with the Crash Bandicoot universe, you'll get a lot more from this game, but I think you can still enjoy this otherwise without it. But let's find out some more about it. So you get your wumper fruit and you've got to take it back to your base. So you think that's the basics of it, but no, they've added some layers here. So you've got your two teams. Now there are things called relics. These are like big grey silver gems. Now when you've captured say 4 or 3 of them in one area, they're in capture points like A, B and C. Some maps just have A and B, some have 3 of them. And once you capture and hold all those relics, you'll get a boost for your goal. So basically when you collect wumper fruit, if you dumped so many before, say you dumped 50, it would suddenly be worth more than 50. And this varies, depends on how many the capture points, the gems that you've caught. Now you can pick up more relics, these are loose blue icons about, and you can take those and spend at different things on different maps. Now there's usually one big one in the beginning, middle, that's like, hey, for a sandstorm or a UFO that chases enemies, but you have some smaller ones about like, here's a laser turret or here's a beach ball you can roll about in. Now the characters are divided into 3 classes. You got your scorers, those are the people that go out and collect the wumper fruit and bring it back as quick as they can. You got your boosters, they're better at collecting the relics and spending the relics and collecting the gems and controlling those. And then you got your blockers who obviously very good at blocking people who have got wumper fruit. It doesn't really matter which of the classes you choose. You can do everything with all the classes, they just got a little bit more bonus perk for choosing those particular characters. They're better at it, so the scorers are better at scoring, the boosters are better at doing boosting, the score and collecting relics, and blockers are obviously tougher and they're kind of like your tank characters and better at blocking. So I think the 3 classes make it interesting and unique, but each character themselves has their own unique abilities and attacks, and they play so much different as well. But each character can have a second power-up as well, and these could be the same for all the characters. So for example, there's like a health fridge or a piranha plant. Like the health fridge, you put it down, anyone nearby gets healed. The piranha plant obviously is like a plant you put down and defends wherever it's at and hits the bad guys, so that's handy. But different attacks, like Crash might be able to do a sliding and spinning attack, and Coco can do like a spin for the air, and you can put like an invisible wall up. Well, it's not an invisible wall, you see it, but it's like a wall, a ghost wall I like to call it, that blocks the enemies. And each person's got a different type of slam or area attack, so you would just kind of have to experiment and see, and you'll see some of that from the gameplay on screen as well. Like I said, the roles are easy to understand. There is a lack of modes at the moment. There's only you can play with bots, a private match, training, or go online. It's just 4v4. There are, at the moment when I'm playing, 10 maps of this review. There are 10 maps, and they're definitely interesting and varied, but it's still the same mode. But in a recent update on the official Toys for Bob blog, did say there was going to be a PvE mode coming, so I'm looking forward to that because I do love a PvE mode. And those who are not familiar with PvE, that just means player versus environment, so like a group of 4 people against like a big boss or something that's controlled by the AI. Occasionally this game can be a little bit unbalanced in matches. If you get too many blockers and they're just all hanging out at your goal and stopping anyone from scoring, it can slow down a match. This has happened to me very rarely. Some people online and in the Discord have complained this happens more often, but out of the hours and hours I've spent with this game, I've not really come across that. Only a few times, and we still managed to get in by getting a power-up that kind of overpowered them. So that hasn't really been an issue, but that's just something to be aware of. Time of day you play can affect how easy it is to get a match. I've not really had major problems. I've tried playing in the middle day. It could take a little bit longer, but it hasn't been too long. But I really, part of this review is to encourage more people to buy the game because it is great fun. I kind of want this game to keep on going and surviving, so I want more people and make this game flourish because I think it's a really good, unique multiplayer game. And you don't usually get things like this. Everything's like a first person or third person shooter or a MOBA, and I like this is like a 3D platforming game that's really easy to control. The characters handle well, the controls are great. It's nice to have Crash in like this 3D platform game as well. It's not like restricted like a Crash Bandicoot usually is with the behind the camera thing. This is a nice 3D environment, which kind of inspired me to think Crash Bandicoot could move to more that type of more 3D environments you see like in Mario 3D games ever since like, well, Mario 64, but more like Galaxy and Sunshine and Odyssey, that roaming around different environments, being able to move the camera around. And this just shows you that Crash suits that type of gameplay well as well. Obviously I love his iconic, just runs towards, away from the screen or runs towards the screen depending on what level. Lots of iconic characters in this game. I'm looking forward to adding more. I would like to see like the polar bear in there, for example. Now there are some battle passes if you buy this version or the deluxe version. You do get like Season 1 battle pass, and the deluxe one comes with Season 1 and 2 battle pass. It's your standard battle pass, some more costumes, some soundtracks for like when you defeat someone, what music it plays. There's some great Crash Bandicoot songs in this game. And overall that's been fine. I think it's a little bit slow to grind the battle pass, but they might tweak that as we go along. Overall, I've really enjoyed my time with Crash Team Rumble, and I'm going to carry on and continue playing this. Even after I've done this review, I'm going to carry on and play some more of it. I think it's great. And things I'm looking forward to in the future, more maps. Like I said before, Toys for Bob have said they're going to do a PvE mode. Looking forward to more characters and items, and you really mix it up here with characters and items, and I'm looking forward to expanding. But I'm already quite happy that there's 10 maps already, which is a lot better than other MOBAs that you might have seen me play before. Like, I know I played quite a bit of Pokemon Unite live on our Twitch channel, but that really doesn't have many maps. The short mode's got like maybe 4 different maps at this point, and the main gameplay MOBA mode only has 2 maps, and they're kind of a bit too similar as well, whereas I feel like all these maps at least feel a little bit different. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that, and yeah. During the process of putting this video review together, a limited time event happened in Crash Team Rumble. So there are other modes that occasionally pop up once in a while, but looking up we managed to catch one of these, and it was Zap Trap, and basically it was the same sort of idea. Collect the Wumpa fruit, put it back to your base, get the gems to make your base worth more when you drop off the apples. But the difference here is that when you were near another person in your team, it made like this electric fence, and any bad guys that came in between or hit the electric fence would instantly get knocked out and then would come back, respawn. So there was that. They didn't have the special power-ups on the map, but there you go. So there are some other events. That was just an example of one. There might be some different ones in the future. Thank you very much for joining us for this video review of Crash Team Rumble. Hope to see you on the Crash Team Rumble battlefields out there, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you to our Patreons, Twitch subscribers and donations at Ko-fi. If you'd like to find out how to support this channel, the links are below, but we also do appreciate a like and a subscribe. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.